What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Truck and Travel. I'm Derek. I just wanted to share with you guys the fuel tank I use. I finally found a link on the internet so you can get the exact same tank that I have if you'd like to. So I know all beds of trucks are different, but to give you an idea, I got a 2017 F350. This tank measures 57 3/4 across, 19 inches down, then about a little bit over 30 inches to the back, from here to back here. I will say this is one of my favorite fuel/tool tanks out there, and the reason why that is because it sits lower than the bed on my truck. And if I ever decide that I want to get like a cover to go across, it's going to make it. The only thing that's a little bit taller is the cap, but if I get a cloth cover, I was told, and I've seen others do it, they're able to get away with this. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm sure in the future I'll probably do that, and I'll definitely let you guys know. I've used this fuel tank for a little bit over a year now, and it's really taken a lot of abuse. One time I was in traffic and I had a really big weight distribution hitch in the bed of the truck, and then a car in front of me slammed on its brakes, so I had to slam on my brakes, and it slid and hit the tank, and it did not puncture a hole. It made a dent, but the tank stood its ground, and I'm really impressed with that. I use the Toolbox all the time. I keep all kinds of junk in here, chains, reflectors, tools, just big enough for what I want to do with it. So for the measurements on the inside, you're roughly looking at about 19.5 going from front to back, then roughly about 8 inches height on the inside. And then from side to side here, you got about 57 inches, roughly. So they say this thing can handle about 95 gallons. I never put 95 gallons in here. It's more like 80 something to about 90 gallons realistically. You just got to pull the nozzle out more and more to fill it up even higher. I'm not disappointed that it's 95. It'd be cool if it was 95, but big deal. Gives me like 2 extra fuel tanks compared to the factory, so that makes me really excited. Depending on the truck you have, you know, this truck has a 44-gallon tank. So, but whatever you have, this is a very nice addition. It has lasted through the test I have put it through time and time again. I love this thing. I wouldn't change it for a different one. So the model I got is RDS 71799. Alright guys, there is a link in the description if you would like to see this item more or to possibly purchase it. I knew nothing about this brand, but I do like it. I wasn't fully game with the aluminum because I was never a real big fan of the diamond plane. I wanted something black and that would just match the inside of the bed, but it really grew on me. I really like it a lot. The truck has some chrome here and there. And when this is cleaned up, it really does shine, and I really like it a lot. And the question you probably have is, would I recommend this fuel tank? I never used any other fuel tanks other than this one, and I absolutely love this one. So I, with 100% confidence, I would recommend it to anybody. I haven't had any problems with this thing. I love it a lot. I don't plan on getting rid of it. If I get another truck, I would probably bring it with me, or if I sold it with the truck, if I'm looking for another tank and toolbox, I'm going to get the exact same thing. And I don't think I would get black. I think I would just stay with aluminum. I like the idea of it being aluminum and not rusting, and not having to worry about the coating coming off from stuff in the bed of the truck hitting it and whatnot. It really grew on me. I really like it a lot. It does have a lock on the one side. I use that all the time as well. And then there's another key for your fuel tank. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you like what you see, please give it a thumbs up, and please subscribe. I do other things too. I'll be showing you other things on the truck, and I do some vlogs on my trips and adventures on the road that I use this truck for, so if you're interested in seeing that. And I'm sure we'll get into some diesel things in the future. I don't know what all is to come, but we do plan on getting into some shenanigans.
I wanna drive a faster car. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me. Try not to hold me down. Feel alive when I'm in this town. Look at the beautiful stars. I wanna take a trip to Mars. Nothing can break me. No, nothing can break me.